Welcome back to the Hockey Show, and today we're talking about the 4 remaining teams for the Stanley Cup, where the greatest trophy of all of sports will be crowned in like a month or something like that. But the 4 teams remaining, 3 of them will fall, and 1 shall stand and hoist it all. And I don't know, let's talk about it. So, let's talk about each of the remaining teams and just kind of just having a discussion about each of them. So, the Edmonton Oilers first up on the board. So, easily, their greatest strength and what they're number 1 at left in the playoffs is offense. It's not even close. Zach Hyman leads in goals, Draisaitl's second in goals, 97's first in points, Bouchard's third, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins tied for 4th place, and then McDavid, of course, Draisaitl, all of them are top 3 or something like that, which is ridiculous. The defense, some games, can be super good at shutting down, especially against the Stars, even against the Vancouver Canucks, especially against the LA Kings. This team is super good. The Edmonton Oilers definitely have a claim to the crown. The offense is superior and just can challenge any team. They can blow up any other team every night. And this is a team that will never, lose that 1-goal game. They are going to go the distance. They're going to push. They are going to find any goaltender that they face up against is going to be a challenge. Whether they play up against the greatest player in the world right now, in Igor Shesterkin, if it's Bobrovsky, and we know how they're handling Jake Ottinger right now, right? The biggest issue to me, though, and it is the biggest thing. So, on one hand, they had the greatest aspect of the game, one of the greatest points of offense, number 1 in that, but they are far on the list at the bottom of it, right there, smack dab at the bottom, when it comes to defense and especially goaltending. There is not a debate out there that Stuart Skinner is not the worst goalie left. He is I've never been a fan of him. I'm a big fan of his mustache and just the guy himself. But everyone, especially the year where he was voted to be an NHL All-Star because people are ignorant and stupid, that he has never proven me over, right? He has never won me over. Even going back to the NHL, NHL 7 or 18, I think, I picked him up as my goalie and grew him, and I was he lost me the Stanley Cup twice for my team. So I have a vendetta against the guy, but this playoffs, he has been bad. The first 2 games, against the Dallas Stars, he's been fine, and I get some comments about him. I get some comments, people telling me that he steals games. That is ridiculous. Games 1 and 2 of the Stars series, especially game 1, would I have said he stole them the game? No. I think the Dallas Stars were being very sloppy. I think their shot selection was insanely bad. It doesn't matter if you do everything right if you just shoot the puck into the goaltender. Take a look at the Hurricanes, right? Even though Igor Shesterkin's incredible, they just didn't have the best of shots, right? They just didn't create those chances to score. And Dallas, he did not steal that game. He stole it by just being the bare minimum of in position. And Skinner is bad, and the Oilers' defense can be amazing and very good at shutdown, very stingy, very good at just shutting down the other team, slowing them down, keeping them to the outside. But when they aren't, they are screwed. And that is my biggest con against this team, and the biggest con against any of the teams is Skinner being so bad and unreliable. If this team is unable to play superstar the way that they played last game in Game 4 against Dallas, they have to play like that for 4 games because Skinner is bad. And against the Vancouver Canucks, it took them to Game 7 because they were able to pound on him and come back 3 games. 3 games in that series from losing. They came back and won those. Skinner cannot shut them down. And against the LA Kings, the Kings are horrible at offense. So it's not even that big of a surprise. Skinner has been unreliable, and Dallas has really been his first test. And going up against either the Rangers or Florida is going to be very risky. So the Oilers, they need to play that superstar offensive game, and they're going to, right? They're going to. They're not going to stop. They're not going to shut down anytime soon, especially since Draisaitl and McDavid, all these guys are, and Hyman, Bouchard, all of them are such on a heater and just not going to stop. They're not going to stop, but they could be slowed down. That is the other question. But moving on from the Edmonton Oilers, the New York Rangers, easily Igor Sturkin, best player in the entire playoffs right now. He has been able to first of all, carry this entire team against the Capitals, against the Hurricanes, and now somehow has dragged them to 2 victories against the Florida Panthers. If the New York Rangers make it in and they play against a team like the Oilers, they are going to win the Stanley Cup. Because he is going to stop everything. And at that point, the New York Rangers offense this team has been so unimpressive and so bad and miserable to watch as they're just top players just stop showing up and defense just not that amazing. Just give up so many things. There's no fight. There's no fight back by this team at all. But with how good their guys are, just given how good Panarin and Zibanejad and Kreider and Trocheck is, they are going to find, in Lafreniere and the type of superstar he's becoming, this New York team, if they play against a team like the Oilers, they're going to be able to just drill holes into the back of the net. Because unlike the Dallas Stars here, right? The Dallas Stars, they only have one player in the top 10 in points, where they're not going to be able to send some guys out there to really just have a good shift. And even though the Rangers have been super unimpressive to me on the power play, as good as the penalty kill of the Oilers are, the power play of the Rangers and just how good some of their guys are going and how good just a Panarin could light up and just be given just how good he is, might be able to just riddle holes of the Oilers. So it would be an interesting battle there. But the Dallas Stars, I think, still are going to win this series against the Oilers. They are maybe the best team all around. They're the most well-rounded team, but that is one issue, is that they're not the best at one trait. They're not the best at goaltending. Ottinger is maybe number 2, but maybe 3 at this point, behind Bobrovsky. So Dallas is they're up there in goaltending, very solid in Ottinger. Defense, especially if Chris Tanev is out, is going to be a hell of them for them to go through. They already run a 5 defenseman system. So if they lose one of those top 5 guys and they have to bat in 2, and with Lundqvist probably being it and Petrovic, that's going to be rough for them. But then, so defense is amazing. Defense is amazing, maybe number 2 in that category. But then offense, it's they are definitely the best depth team, where they have Johnston and Benn, Sagan and Robertson, Pavelski if he starts lighting up, and Rupe Hintz, right? They got Stankoven, right? They've got a lot of guys that can just keep tumbling out there onto the ice, and they can keep pressing. But in this series against the Oilers, that they don't have the superstar offense to really damage a team like the Oilers and how bad they are in net to really challenge them, especially when that offense is so good of the Oilers that their defense can't overcome that enough, because the train wreck that is the Oilers offense just keep slaughtering them. So that is one kind of handicap to them, is as stacked as they are and as deep as they are, they only have one guy in the top 10 in points, which is Heiskanen, which I guess Robertson's tied with him with 16 points. But still, Heiskanen is amazing a player he is. He's not a guy that can single-handedly bring a team to a victory. And he's incredible. But when you pair him against another team, like the Rangers, it's I don't know how that pans out, especially with Shesterkin in net and how good he is, and how Shesterkin is as good as he is in net, and the defense of the Rangers not being the absolute worst. They already having their troubles against the Oilers, I don't know what they would do against a team like the Rangers or the Florida Panthers. The Florida Panthers are so good. They showed it last year, and I don't bet against the Panthers. I just don't. There's no way you can do it. The only the way I said that the Panthers would lose the playoffs last year is by a team that is just the better version of them, which was the Vegas Golden Knights. To me, the Florida Panthers have turned into the Vegas Golden Knights. They have made every goaltender that they played up against, except Shesterkin, because he's just so damn good. But they've made every goaltender that they play up against, like Vegas last year, look like fools. They can riddle holes in Vasilevsky and Swayman. They're able to score these great goals against Shesterkin, figure him out. They've been able to do that. So if it's against the Oilers and their guys that are just I guess their defense is are so strong and whatever, and their offense, if they can just set up Bennett to just boom, and like kill McDavid like he did to Marchand. You don't think they're going to do that? They can tumble their way through the offense and just outplay the defense and really pound Skinner with shots. It is going to be brutal for the Oilers if that's the matchup for them. The Panthers, I just can't bet against them. There is no cons to the team. And I don't know what you could say out there, right? If there is any argument against the Panthers as a team, I don't know what it would be. You can say whatever you want in the comments and say that and just have a bias. And yes, I do cheer for the Panthers, but I also cheer for the Dallas Stars. I like the Edmonton Oilers, and I do hate the Rangers. But the Rangers, I would say, on this board, I'm going to play like the rock, paper, scissors game here. I think if the finals are the Rangers beat the Oilers, and I think that's it. I think the Rangers only beat the Oilers if they both make it in, and that is the only outcome for them. The Oilers, I really think that they are screwed with their defense and goaltending. I don't know if they get past Dallas, and I don't think they would get past a team like the Rangers or the Florida Panthers for sure. So I know that's like, oh, okay, great. Like the Canadian team just has no chance. But seriously, to win the Stanley Cup, you need to have good defense or solid enough defense and solid enough goaltending. And the Oilers don't really have that. They've been showcasing that against a team like the Stars who aren't that great at offense. Well, they're great at offense, but they're not like killer at that position. And once they play against a team with like some superstars that can go on absolute streaks like the Rangers or the Panthers, I think they're screwed. To me, the Dallas Stars, they beat the Rangers and not the Panthers. And the Panthers, to me, I think they definitely beat the Oilers, and against the Stars would be interesting. I think the Stars might be that perfect. They're already struggling against the Rangers. If the Panthers go against Dallas to me feels like that perfect mixture of like good offense and good defense and good goaltending, where they're already struggling to score enough goals against the blandness of a team like the Rangers with Igor in net, that I don't know if they can, and especially against like the Bruins too at some points, where the Dallas Stars feel like they might have that perfect blend of them. So to me, it's like if it's Oilers versus Rangers, Rangers win. Oilers versus Florida, Florida wins. Oilers are screwed. The Rangers beat the Oilers, no one else. Dallas beats, I think they might beat the Panthers, but Panthers beat these two in my eyes. And I know that's just like, what the hell is this video? But I don't know. I just feel like having a little update on my idea. So right now, I think my prediction still, and has been from the very beginning, is the Florida Panthers win it all. I just think Paul Maurice, it just makes all the sense in the world. They beat their rival finally in the Tampa Bay Lightning. They beat their rival from last year, the Bruins, in the second round. And now they play against the other destiny team of the New York Rangers. That just feels perfect. And if they play against the Dallas Stars, it's like the team from Florida is now going to beat Dallas a couple years, the 2 years that Dallas went to the finals. And or if they play against the Oilers, it's like it was the team of destiny, like the superstar team this year, and last year was like the overall amazing team in the Vegas Golden Knights, and it just feels like this is the year Florida overcomes that. So to me, Florida is the team of destiny, absolutely. They have been from day one for me, and I think this is their year. But that is all I gotta say, I guess. So thank you for watching this. If you've enjoyed this, or just being nice, please subscribe. Please. Until next time, too sweet, have an amazing day, and ta-ta for now.